everybody. Today I talked with Lisa Miller, who is working with the Salvation Army, and we talked about what the Salvation Army does and how much she loves being a bell ringer and why it's important to volunteer, how everybody can find some place to volunteer. We had a great conversation, so thank you for listening. How's your day going?
It's going good. It's going good. It's it's my down day, kind
Is
of.
it?
Yeah,
Well, thanks for talking to me. I appreciate it.
absolutely.
I'm so excited to hear about the Salvation Army and what you're doing. I don't know anything about it other than, what you sent me, what I read, and then, I think about the bell ringers at Christmas time. I mean, I know they help in crisis. I know they help with that, but
Right.
really, I don't know anything else. And one thing that I loved, I appreciated you sending me your paper because that explained a lot. Um, but you mentioned several times about being a good helper. So
Right.
what do you like in helping? How do you like being a good helper with the Salvation Army?
Well, with the Salvation Army, I like that I get to connect not only with the homeless,
Yeah,
because they are the unseen and they are in desperate need of food. Well, not only food, but we give them hygiene supplies.
right.
But also, there's a lot of families that don't qualify for food assistance that are struggling right now. So we
Mhm.
help, you know, ease that gap. And there's been times that parents have come in and they don't have a birthday cake for their child, and we're able to give them a cake. And moments like that just, it's nice to know that you're helping that parent, because I know how it feels as a parent. You want to do so
Right.
much for your kids, and something simple as a birthday cake, we don't think about there's people out there that can't provide that.
You
So
don't think about it. I would never think about that. Something so
yeah,
simple, that's to a lot of people is not a big deal. But yeah, that is a big
right.
deal. So how long have you been working with the Salvation Army?
So I've been a bell ringer for about 3 years, but I started working there. Oh, it's been a year now, August of last year.
Okay.
And I
And you're
started through,
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
No, no,
I
no, go
started
ahead.
through College Core to help pay
Right.
for my school tuition.
Yes.
And so I do get a stipend every month to work there,
Uh-huh.
but it's my home. I love it there, and
Right.
I would do anything for them.
I understand that. I'm not volunteering with Salvation Army, but I am volunteering at our local pregnancy center. And that's how I feel. Like it's not my job, but it kind of is. And I can't imagine being anywhere else. I love the people that I get to work with and, the women that I get to help. So I get it. It is kind of like home, very much
Right.
so. So has there been a situation like you're doing the food bank and the helping with the homeless and doing that stuff. Has there been a situation like a crisis or something where y'all have gone and helped, or is it just like a local thing that you're doing?
So they do help with crisis situations, but one has not occurred, thank the Lord,
That's
since I
good.
have
Yeah,
been.
that's a good thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I am a part of their emergency disaster team,
Okay.
but we haven't been deployed.
That's a good thing.
It's nice. It is a good
Yeah.
thing, especially in our area.
Right.
Fires are prevalent, and that's what they
Yes.
get called out to a lot.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask if there was a situation that had moved you more than any other, something that stands out with a situation or a family or something that you were able to help with that really just kind of rocked you.
Well, there was one recently. A homeless lady came in and she couldn't fill out the paperwork. She couldn't see well enough. So
Mm,
I was helping her fill out the paperwork, and I noticed on her ID that her birthday was in a few days. And
yeah.
I said, "Oh, it's almost your birthday." And she grabbed my arm and she said, "Thank you so much for
Oh,
saying that. People don't usually see me." And that,
oh,
made me realize that that is what we need to do, is
right.
see people.
Yeah.
And at Christmas, we also do things with the mission sometimes.
Uh-huh.
And I went and helped at the missions Christmas party, and somebody that I know had lost her husband, had lost her business, and was taking care of her grandchildren. She came in and she was crying when she saw me because she was hoping that nobody would know she went there. And I told her it was okay and that she should be able to lean on the community, and that's what they were there for. So it was nice to be able to talk to her and ease that stigma and that embarrassment of
Right.
needing them. She's exactly the type of people that we want to be reaching out to.
Right.
She went through a bad period in her life, not her fault at all. So that makes me know that I need to go out and just give what I can of
Right.
myself. Not, it's important to have the finances coming in and the donations, but giving of yourself so people are seen and giving them dignity and empathy is so much more important.
Right. And I mean, that might be the answer to the next question, but what do you wish people understood or knew, people that don't work with the homeless, or what do you wish people understood about people that are homeless?
Everybody's story is different. And until you put yourself in their shoes, you won't understand.
Yeah.
Yes, there are homeless that are addicted to drugs, but also some of that could be because of their situation.
Right.
Not everybody's a criminal, not everybody's a drug addict. There are people in bad situations, not because of their choices, but just because of things that have happened in their life.
Right.
Helped a family that became homeless because dad had brain cancer and he couldn't work anymore. So that was half of their income, which ended up putting them on the street.
Oh my
So
goodness.
there are situations that, we're supposed to be empathetic to and understand and help and lift these people up. That's what I wish people knew. Being homeless does not mean something bad, does not mean that they're making bad choices in their life. Yes, there are some, but there are a lot of people out there that just are hurting.
Yeah. So tell me about the College Core program that you're doing. Is that something that they have everywhere? Because I had not heard that before. Or is that just something where you are?
It's called AmeriCorps. In
Okay.
California, they call it College Core.
Okay.
AmeriCorps was started back when, I can't remember. Just years
okay.
ago,
Yeah.
back in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so it's been around for a long time, and it's a way that they can connect college students with job opportunities. A lot of it is nonprofit, but there are some county entities that use people within AmeriCorps. So in California, College Core started last year, and there are 3 areas they're focusing on, and one's food insecurity, one is K through 12,
Okay.
and the other is environmental. So
Okay.
we're put out into nonprofits to help work at the nonprofits, gain experience through school. Now that I've switched from our local community college to the state college, I actually have a class I have to take for that will help me with leadership skills and working with the community. And we get a monthly stipend, and if we complete 450 hours, then you also get a educational grant. So instead of having student loans,
yes, that's awesome. And everybody should be doing that to not have to deal with student debt. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Right.
So when you're going for social work, right?
Yes.
You want to school for social. Where do you want to work after you're finished? Do you think you'll keep doing what you're doing, or?
I'm not positive. I have a big interest in food insecurity. I love working with the homeless, but I also am really drawn towards working with juveniles within juvenile hall. So it's
lots of options.
next fall I'll be actually put into a job situation. So
Okay.
we'll see where my heart takes me, where God takes me.
Yes. You know, I'm thankful. I've been able to talk to a lot of different people on here who are they're all doing something to help someone else. And it's all different. And I love it because I love that you love working with the homeless because not everybody wants to do that. I talked to a woman
Right.
who works, she does prison ministry and she meets with women on death row. Not everybody's going to go and do that, you know, but I love it. I'm so thankful for people that are doing what their heart is leading to, what, you know, God is leading them to do. I love it. I think it's
Right.
so important. I have to have my glasses on because I can't read my writing. I loved your paper. It was
Oh, thank
informational, but
you.
I loved what you talked about, like I said earlier, being a good helper. And I wrote down 3 different things that you said, or, you know, all things that you said about being a good helper. Good helper requires us to listen without judgment, which, you know, I'm not always good at doing it. We need to be. We need to be quiet and listen because, like you said, everybody has a different story and you don't know. Focuses on the needs of the clients and gets to know them, know the community with which they are working. So you're not there as a job. You're not there as a let me get this work done. You're really stopping and listening to the people because the people are the community. The people are the ones that you're
Right.
helping. And I mean, what good is it going to do to just hand out food if you're not even going to listen and, you know, let them know, like you said, give them dignity. Everybody
Right.
deserves to have dignity. I worked at a school one time and it was in a very poor area. And our principal, it didn't matter who walked in the door, he treated everybody the same, everybody. And I will never forget that because it just makes a difference to look somebody in the
It
eye,
does.
to not ignore them, and just to really listen to them. And then you said a good helper knows when to refer an individual to services they need. Instead of like what you talked about, it's not just about, I mean, yes, you want to share the gospel with them, but it's not just about that. It's not just about the food. It's not just about the gospel. It's about, you know, providing whatever it is they need. Right?
Right. Right.
Everybody wants to be seen and heard. Everybody wants to be seen and heard. You know, some people go about it a different way, I think, trying to get that attention, but it's so important.
It is.
So what
It is.
else? You love working with the homeless. You love being a bell ringer. What do you love about being a bell ringer?
Oh my goodness. To be honest, it was like something that was on my bucket list.
Really?
And yes, and my family just kind of made fun of me because I have shirts, I have my own bells, I buy the little peppermints. But in our community, there's a lot of people that are low income
Yeah.
and they can't afford Christmas. And we have been in that situation.
Mhm.
But I remember as a kid, my mom always giving me change to put in the bucket. And it
Mhm.
made me so happy to do it. And the bell ringer would give me a candy cane, and I loved it.
That's
So
awesome.
I went out, yeah, and I went out and did it. And you do get some people that are kind of grumpy and
Yeah.
I'm going to donate to them. And it's like, oh, I don't care. I give everybody a pep. I smile at everybody. I did it during COVID when I had to wear a mask. And I
Yeah.
do believe you can smile with your eyes and connect with
Yes.
people. And I don't know. It to me, that's what this season is about: is sharing joy and giving that joy to somebody else. And I
Yeah.
just love it. It is every year. My husband says, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I just want to be a bell ringer.
Oh,
That's
wow.
all
That's awesome.
because it gives me the joy. And
Yes.
I don't know how to explain it. I tell people all the time, you should do it. You should do it. It's a 2 hour commitment. I do
Yeah.
it every Sunday through the
Yeah.
season. I do it 2 hours at our local Walmart, and I love it.
That is
I,
awesome.
people
That
think
is
I'm a little bit
awesome.
nuts, but it once you do it, then you're
Yeah.
like, hey, I get this.
Yes, that's awesome. I think we must be running low on candy canes in Texas because I don't remember ever getting a candy cane when I put money in the bucket. I'm gonna have to ask them about that.
Yeah, I know our Salvation Army provides some candy
Yeah.
canes, but most of the volunteers have to buy them themselves. So that's
Oh,
probably
maybe
why.
so. See, you're just like,
Yeah,
you really are totally into it. You're even giving away candy canes from your own pocket.
I
That's
am into
awesome.
it. I
I
love doing
love
it.
that. So, how does somebody get involved in working with the Salvation Army? What is the process?
You just walk in or call them, and then they have to have you fill out an application. There is an extensive background check because they have to make sure that you're okay to work with elderly and you're okay to work
Yeah,
with children because a lot of them come in. You have to do a training online too. It doesn't take very long, and you get a little certificate when you're done.
mhm,
It's just to protect yourself and
right.
also the community you're working with.
Yeah. So you
It's
just the background check and an application, and then they'll find a
yeah,
place for you to volunteer.
exactly. And it doesn't, you don't have to commit like a whole day. We have people
Right.
that come in for 2 hours. We have them that come in for an hour. You also have to, though, I will say, be very willing to work with a diverse community.
Yeah.
Um, because they also are a place that people can get their community service done when they have been
Oh,
sentenced to community service. So
yes.
you just have to be open to working with
Okay.
all kinds of population.
I gotcha. Well, I'm so glad you enjoy it as much as you do. I think why would you be in a place to volunteer if you're not going to love it, unless you're,
Right.
community service and you have to do it. But I totally get it, and I'm so thankful that you've kind of shed a light on it because I really didn't know anything about other than the bell ringer at Christmas. And I always put money in, but then when I don't have it or I've been to Walmart 17 times in a week, it's like, okay, I don't have any money and I feel guilty walking by the bell ringer and I don't have any more money. Like they're gonna
I
think I'm
do too.
cheap.
I do too.
I'm not, I promise. Look at them. I feel so bad. But
Just say hi to them. They
I will.
appreciate that.
Hey, from now on, I will look at bell ringers completely different, and I will make sure I go say hello and thank them for what they're doing. Maybe I'll give them a candy cane. I'll
Oh,
bring my
that
own
would be
candy canes
nice.
to them. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else that you want to tell me about what you're doing?
I can't really think of anything. I was grateful that you wanted to speak with me because I think the more people know how easy it is to go out and volunteer, the more people will do it.
I
Because
think,
just like I only knew about the bell ringing until I started going in there and dropping off my bucket and picking it up. And I saw what they were doing. I was like, hey, there's a lot going on here.
yeah. So I was a teen mom a long time ago. My daughter's 31 now. Um, and I've always had a lot of moms come to me whenever their daughters got pregnant. As I've been an adult, moms have come to me because they know what I went through, and my husband and I are still married. And anyway, I appreciate that. But when Roe versus Wade was overturned, there was this big uproar. And, I'm a Christian, and people on Facebook that I'm friends with were very loud and mouthy about, okay, you Christians, what are you going to do now? Because of the laws that were passed and everything. And I thought, okay, I was a teen mom and I'm a Christian. I can do something to help. I might not be able to adopt children or foster children, but I can do something. And so that's how I got into volunteering at the pregnancy center because I thought they're right in that, I mean, they don't have to be so loud, but I just felt like I was being yelled at on Facebook. um, they're right, and then we need to be doing something. And so I think everybody should volunteer somewhere. There's a place for everybody to volunteer, to give of your time. And it doesn't have to be hours and hours every week. It doesn't have to be a huge chunk out of your life, but I think everybody should do something. I love, like you said, I love where I am. I love getting to talk to these young women, and they have so many questions. And I love getting to tell them, okay, well, I was in high school when I had my daughter, and you can do it. This is going to be hard, but you can do it, and kind of share things that I've been through. So I think it's important. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing and that you love it so much. And I think everybody needs to volunteer somewhere.
I agree, especially if you're going to complain about how things are, get out there and make it better.
Exactly. That's
Make
exactly
it
right.
better.
Yeah, because you can't change the world, but you can change a little bit. And if everybody was doing something, we can all, make big changes. So,
Right.
well, thank you for talking to me today.
You're welcome.
I
Thank you for having
appreciate
me.
it. Yes, absolutely. And if anything exciting happens, let me know. I'm definitely going to be uh, talking to the bell ringers. That is going to be my goal this year.
Oh, good, good. I look forward to hearing about it.
Yes, yes, yes. And we will be in touch on Facebook for sure. So
Okay, most definitely.
thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you.